For over half of my life, I was making 7 mistakes that kept the belly fat, chest fat, and love handles on my body, but no more. And you're probably making these 7 same huge but easy to fix mistakes as well. You'll be especially surprised to find out one of my favorites in just a second, since you can literally do it now and today to see instant results. But my name is Dr. Michael Diamond. I am an MD and I also bodybuild, and I've been doing it for nearly a decade. I run sculptbyscience.com, a health science company. We're a team of doctors who specialize in optimizing your health, and we guarantee peak performance, and that starts right now with the first one in this video. Number 1 is your calories are too low. And I know this because I recently did a poll and 70% of you are eating below 2,000 calories. This is one of the most common problems that many of my clients have had as well. And they'll often reduce their calories drastically by 700 to 800 calories in the hopes of seeing quick results, but that usually backfires. And when I finally realized this for myself, I was able to unlock my body and transform my physique from this to this. And I did it over and over again, running my own experiments, improving my own process to the point where now it's effortless. Many people think when it comes to losing weight, eating less means more fat loss, but this is far from true. Eating below 1,500 calories is not going to help you reach your goal quicker, because our bodies are very complicated and have adaptation mechanisms. Firstly, when you consume too little calories, you might lose some weight at first, but your body adapts to the drastic calorie cut and it will go into what we call starvation mode. And soon enough, because it doesn't know that you're trying to lose weight, it takes very drastic cuts as a threat to your survival. So your body starts conserving energy by slowing down your metabolism, making it even harder for you to lose that fat. A slowed metabolism will work against you in the long run, and that's when you get stuck. And even though you're eating fewer calories than usual, you're not seeing any results. Eating too few calories will result in you feeling low energy. This will also affect your energy levels and your ability to exercise and even perform your daily activities. It can also affect your mood. It will make you feel irritable and you'll be less motivated to stick to your fat loss plan. My recommendation is this: either educate yourself on the right way to make a caloric deficit, and this will save you unnecessary hardship. And you know what? I'll do you one better. Over the last year, I've been working on a project and I've invested tens of thousands of dollars in the terms of research and development and the production. I'm going to give you the nutrition module of my course, the Stubborn Fat Shredding Program, for free. In there are videos that show you exactly how I calculate the calories and macros according to the science. I'll then show you in there how to build your own custom plan and how to execute it according to your lifestyle. I want you to win. It's linked in the description of this video, and if you support what I do and what I'm doing here at Sculpt by Science and on this YouTube channel, all I ask is you leave the video with a gentle thumbs up. Number 2 is alcohol. It sabotages your weight loss goal more than you can imagine, because it's not only about the extra calories in the drinks, the impact goes way beyond that. Firstly, alcohol is metabolically expensive for the body. When you consume alcohol, your body will prioritize metabolizing the alcohol over the fats and the sugars, and this will slow down the fat burning process. This means that your body puts fat loss on hold to deal with the alcohol in your system. Secondly, alcohol can affect your judgment and your willpower. This makes you more susceptible to making poor dietary choices and reaching for those unhealthy snacks or even binge eating. This sabotages your calorie count and nutritional balance, undoing all the hard work you've put into meal planning and mindful eating. And trust me, 2 days of binge eating can throw off your diet entirely. Additionally, consuming alcohol after a workout can hurt your muscle recovery and also the rebuilding process, slowing down your progress. One more downside is that a hangover will hurt your workout regimen and make you skip your morning cardio, or also make you put less effort into reaching your goals and set you back in the long term if this happens frequently. Moreover, regular alcohol consumption can impact your sleep quality, which is another factor that's critical in fat loss. Poor sleep will decrease your testosterone production, that muscle building hormone, and it can also trigger the stress hormone cortisol, which is also linked to gaining fat, and particularly in the belly area. Lastly, let's not forget the hidden calories in alcoholic drinks. 1 gram of alcohol has 7 calories, and along with that, the sugar and the mixers, it will contribute to several hundreds of calories without any nutritional value. So if you're serious about weight loss, especially targeting that stubborn belly fat, I recommend either significantly reducing your alcohol consumption or cutting it out altogether. The occasional drink may not seem like much, but it can be a real setback. Even when people decide to work with me, I ask them, please give me 2 weeks to gauge your metabolism. And then I slowly incorporate alcohol so that it doesn't impact your fat loss. So I'm not saying that you can't lose fat without alcohol. What I'm saying is you want to have an in-place strategy that would allow you to continuously see success with it. Number 3, too little patience. It's common for people to expect quick results. That's the way the world is now. You're getting quick emails, quick delivery, everything is fast. So when you try it with your fat loss, you quickly get discouraged when you don't see instant results after 1 month of trying. This is basically a setup for failure because true healthy fat loss is a long-term game. It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. It requires persistence and most importantly, your patience. So many people set goals like losing 10 pounds or getting your abs in a month. They start their journey by starving themselves and doing too much cardio to achieve their goal within a short span. From my experience working with my clients, overall, this kind of approach is often followed by a rebound to those old unhealthy habits because it's simply unsustainable. The reality is, belly fat is more stubborn than the other fat and it's usually the last to go during this journey. So losing this fat sustainably involves an integrated approach of a balanced diet, consistent training, and a lifestyle change. And most importantly, it requires your time and patience. So when you set yourself a weight loss goal the next time, remember that rapid belly fat loss is not only unrealistic, it's also unhealthy. The key to sustainable success is setting realistic expectations, sticking to your well-planned regimen long enough, and giving your body the time it needs to make real lasting changes. Or if you're unsure about starting your journey alone, consider investing a coach. Having a guide by your side can make the world of a difference. A coach can offer you personal advice. It can be tailor-made with strategies that will work for you the rest of your life, and most importantly, that support and accountability to keep you on track will make the world of a difference. We do all of that at Scope by Science. We typically work with busy professionals that you've been in the military, you're a doctor, you're in tech, you're running a company, you're an entrepreneur, and you just don't have time to be able to focus on that. We take care of that completely so that you can finally be at peak performance. And if that's you and you want to see a similar transformation to what I've done on all my clients, fill out the short questionnaire in the description down below and then book a call to be able to speak to me or one of my qualified team members, and we'll get your journey started. But let's go into the next one. Number 4, too much cardio. I had to learn this the hard way, and it was one of the biggest mistakes that I made myself. We all know that too much of a good thing can be a bad thing, and this applies to cardio as well. Let me explain. Think of cardio like watering your plants. If you water your garden excessively, thinking that it's going to result in faster growth, you might end up drowning the plants. Similarly, when you engage in excessive cardio, you're overwatering your body. Too much cardio can put too much chronic stress and inflammation on the body. This stress response can trigger the release of cortisol, a stress hormone, which can inhibit fat loss and even promote fat storage, particularly around the belly. If you're in a caloric deficit, too much cardio can also lead to muscle loss, particularly if you're not eating enough protein. This will also go further down and slow down your metabolism and consequently slow down your weight loss. In my experience, when I was preparing for my competition, I had a lot of fat to lose, and I made the mistake of doing too much cardio and doing it daily, and I got stuck and it stopped my weight loss completely. This put too much stress on my body and I stopped dropping the pounds, and even though I was doing everything else right. And now you might be asking, Dr. Mike, how much cardio should I be doing? The safe amount of cardio will vary from person to person and depends on several factors like your current fitness level and your overall health status. But if you consistently experience muscle soreness that doesn't go away, or you have frequent bad training days and you're feeling like you're out of energy, or you feel like you're burnt out and you're having issues with your sleep, these are signs of too much cardio. But when it comes to weight loss, I recommend you combine cardio with your strength training. In 2017, there was a clinical trial with 160 obese older adults with various exercise modes that were tested. The study found that a combination of cardio and resistance exercise performed gave the best improved physical performance. It allowed them to increase their strength and minimizing the loss of lean muscle mass and their bone density. So my recommendation is to combine 3 to 4 days of strength training with 3 to 4 sessions of high intensity cardio, not longer than 30 minutes. For the other days, I recommend something like low intensity brisk walking. Don't go anywhere. There are 4 more common mistakes that I need to share with you. And at a very base level, if you want to say, Mike, give me a cardio routine that I can follow that I can get my results, start walking at 8,000 daily steps. And then walk 8,000 steps every day for a week and even 2 weeks. And then after 2 weeks, ramp it up to 9,000. After 9,000, ramp it up to 10,000 after 2 weeks and continue that and monitor your progress. And over time, you will see that fat tissue come off. In my personal opinion, it is the best cardio and most sustainable you can do. But let's move on into number 5. Underestimating your calories. And this is a common mistake. And it's for the same reason I always stress on tracking your calories and macros through an app like MyFitnessPal, because it really is easy to underestimate your portions. It's just not about the bigger meals, it's the snacks, it's the toppings, it's the drinks, it's the little extras that can tip the balance and put you out of a caloric deficit. One specific trap in underestimating your calories comes from drinking your calories. Popular drinks like sugary sodas, your fruit juices, your healthy juices, your sweet coffees, and your alcoholic drinks can be surprisingly high in calories, and they're often overlooked and not factored into your daily caloric intake. You might be eating less, but not taking these calories into account, which will stop you from losing weight. Another common problem is relying on your visual estimation of calorie counting. Many studies have proven over and over again for normal people and even for professionals to underestimate their calorie intake by at least 20%. My suggestion here is use a food scale along with a calorie tracking app on your phone like MyFitnessPal or Lose It or whatever they're called, and record everything you eat at least for a week until you have a good understanding of food labels and the food that you're putting into your body. Something that I do with my clients as well is I'll tell them to track one day. And after tracking the one day on MyFitnessPal and tracking all the foods, the next day you know exactly what you ate and you need to repeat that and eat it every day without the necessity to track. You just need to make sure you're eating the right portions. So track one day worth of 6 days of not having to track. All you just need to do is make sure you're eating the right portions through the weight scale. Number 6, poor sleep. You might have heard the importance of sleep for your health, but you might not know what getting below the recommended amount of sleep can actually do and how it can jeopardize your fat loss journey. It's happened to me, and it took me a while to know why sleep was setting me back. And this is why it's my main area of focus with my clients. And let's talk about it. Number 1, sleep will affect your hunger hormones, which is leptin and ghrelin. Leptin is produced in the body and it's produced by our fat cells, and its main job is to tell the brain that you've had enough to eat. Ghrelin, on the other hand, is what we call the hunger hormone. It's released primarily in the stomach, and when your stomach is empty, ghrelin goes to the brain and says, we need food down here. Together, leptin and ghrelin will help regulate your hunger and your fullness signals. And according to research, sleep deprivation decreases leptin by 10% and increases ghrelin by 30%, which means sleeping less makes you hungrier than usual and can lead to overeating. Number 2, sleep is also when your body makes growth hormones and testosterone. Getting less than 7 hours of sleep per night consistently will interfere in the optimal production of these hormones. This can affect your muscle growth and your overall growth as a person. This means that even when you're in a caloric deficit and you're losing weight, a greater part of this loss could be lean muscle mass, which wouldn't normally happen if you're optimized in your sleep cycle. As we mentioned earlier, reduced muscle mass can slow down your metabolic rate, making it harder to create a caloric deficit you need for weight loss. 3, not only that, but inadequate sleep often leads to low energy levels, making you less inclined to exercise or even move around during the day, which will reduce your calorie burning or again slowing down your weight loss. And above all else, all of these studies have shown that the lack of sleep doesn't only increase your caloric intake by 250 to 300 calories, but it also will increase your cravings for high carb meals, for junk food, and for sweets. Prioritizing sleep is just not good for your overall well-being. It's a critical component of effective weight loss. Aim for at least 7 hours. Get to 9 hours if you can of quality sleep each night to keep your body functioning at its best and to support your weight loss goals. And I'll make a point here. There's a lot of clients who come through my door and the first thing we do is optimize their sleep. I build an entire strategy and they will lose 5 to 10 pounds just by getting them to sleep those 7 to 8 hours. We focus on that in the first phase and they're impressed. They're shocked that the sleep was the key, and after that everything else becomes so much easier. But let's move on into number 7. Number 7 is high stress. Here I'm specifically referring to chronic long-term stress, not short-term from your work or your job interview. Short-term stress can sometimes be good for you, but sometimes chronic stress has lasting impact and can interfere with your fat loss goals. Being exposed to long-term stress can affect many areas of your life, including your diet and your workouts. Stress triggers the release of the stress hormone cortisol. Elevated cortisol cortisol levels can lead to an increase in appetite and your cravings for high sugar, high fat, highly palatable foods. Because of this, you might go after that comfort food for that immediate gratification. This makes it more challenging to adhere to a healthy diet, and it creates a cycle where the stress will lead to poor food choices, which can also contribute to more stress. Additionally, when you're stressed, the idea of hitting the gym can be overwhelming and leading to you skipping your workouts. And it's not just this. The cortisol can also mess around with your sleep, which in turn will affect your appetite, your energy, and your hormones. So addressing this long-term stress is vital for both your mental health and your weight loss success. I recommend trying mindfulness exercises like yoga and meditation or deep breathing techniques. I used to be the guy making fun of the people, and you necessarily don't have to do that, but I highly recommend watching a video on meditation and practicing that. It changed my life. Exercise is also a powerful stress reliever. Not only does it boost your mood through the release of endorphins, but it also serves to redirect your focus away from your stress factors. And if it can't be managed by these measures, there's no shame in seeking professional help. And in summary, when I was able to control my stress and control the way I was feeling, it made my decision making better, not only as a doctor, but as a business owner, as a husband, and it just made life so much easier in many aspects. And again, another factor that I tackle with my clients is being able to do this. I would get sick from how stressed I was. You can imagine what going through medical school or getting a Bachelor of Science can be. So I highly recommend you take care of that. And if you need help, I'm in the comments. Ask me the different things that I did and what apps I used, and I'm very happy to help. In summary, every decision you make counts. Mistakes are part of the process. It's key for you to identify them and learn from them and make the necessary adjustments. Achieving sustainable weight loss is a journey that goes far beyond just counting your calories and hitting the gym. It's an interplay of your patience, your lifestyle choices, your physical factors, and your mental well-being. From setting realistic goals and avoiding your common pitfalls and underestimating your calorie intake to prioritizing essential factors like quality sleep and stress management. When I changed these 7 things, weight loss became very easy because you became conscious, you're able to identify the stimulus, and you are able to also change your output as a result. I highly recommend, if you have any questions for me, if you are unsure about your macros, if you need dietary help, like if you're struggling with something, and if you're watching till now, you probably are, I'm in the comments. Ask me. Smart people ask questions. I'm in the comments for you. And if you did enjoy the video, leave it a gentle thumbs up. If you want to have access to the course, it is linked in the description of this video. And if you want to work directly with me, fill out the short questionnaire and we'll get in touch. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Oh, by the way, these videos are amazing to watch, and I'll see you